Join me as I spend a whole night in a supposedly haunted location to see if spirits really do haunt us after dark. There's something about the idea of spirits that fascinates so many of us. The possibility that there's more to our reality than what we can see and touch, and that the veil between the worlds is at its thinnest in the dead of night. I think we can all relate to that feeling of lying awake in bed, listening to the creaks and groans of our homes, and wondering if we're really alone. Maybe it's the way the shadows seem to move and twist on their own, or the unshakable feeling that we're being watched. Whatever it is, the possibility of being haunted while we sleep is a primal fear that gets under our skin. Imagine being fast asleep, only to be jolted awake by an unseen force. You sit up, your heart racing, and that's when you see it. A shadowy figure standing in the corner of your room, its eyes fixed on you. It's a scenario that's played out in our collective imaginations countless times, and yet it's hard not to wonder, is it really just our imagination? We've all heard the stories of people who claim to have been haunted while they sleep, the unexplained noises, the ghostly apparitions, and the feelings of presence that linger long after they've woken up. But what if it's not just our imagination playing tricks on us? What if there's really something more to it? When it comes to spirits and hauntings, there are a lot of different theories and beliefs out there. Some cultures believe that the veil between the worlds is at its thinnest at night, allowing spirits to pass through more easily. Others think that it's a psychological phenomenon, a manifestation of our deepest fears and anxieties. And then there are those who claim to have had first-hand experiences, people who've seen ghostly apparitions, heard disembodied voices, and felt the presence of something otherworldly. One of the most fascinating aspects of spirit hauntings is the way they seem to transcend cultural boundaries. From the Japanese Yurei to the Mexican La Llorona, there are countless stories of vengeful spirits that haunt the living. But what's really going on here? Are these stories just a manifestation of our collective fears? Or is there something more to it? I've always been drawn to the more unusual cases, the ones that defy explanation and push the boundaries of our understanding. Take, for example, the story of the Winchester Mystery House. This sprawling Victorian mansion in California was built by Sarah Winchester, the widow of the Winchester rifle heir, who believed that the house was haunted by the spirits of people killed by the company's guns. She built the house in a maze-like pattern, with staircases that lead to nowhere and doors that open into walls, all in an attempt to confuse and appease the spirits. Or take the case of the Bell Witch, a malevolent spirit that haunted the Bell family farm in Tennessee back in the early 19th century. According to the legend, the spirit would often physically attack the family, pulling their hair and pinching them, and would even take on different voices and personalities. It's a case that's still widely debated to this day, with some claiming it was a hoax, and others believing it to be one of the most well-documented cases of spirit haunting in history. So what's the truth behind nighttime hauntings? Is it really just our imagination playing tricks on us? Or is there something more to it? Whatever the answer may be, one thing's for sure. The mystery and complexity surrounding spirit hauntings is what makes it so fascinating. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of spirit hauntings. If you've had any experiences of your own, I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. And if you want to explore more supernatural mysteries, be sure to check out my next video on the top 5 most haunted places in the world.